You should stop asking me for advice, and this is why. If you want advice on your relationship, or if you want advice on your career, or if you want advice on what kind of life you want to live, and you are looking at my life and you do not see anything in my life that you would actually want to create in your life, then don't ask me for advice. Because the advice that I am going to give you is from an experience that I have been through and from a perspective that I have been through. So you are asking me advice on your situation, yet you don't even want what I have. So the best way to go around asking people for advice is to ask the advice from people who they have what you want. They have the relationship, the career, or the dream lifestyle. Because when we are going around asking everyone, asking all of our family members, asking all of our friends, asking our co-workers, asking people we just meet and passing through life, and when we ask them for advice on situations in our life, and we are listening and receiving that advice, yet we do not know what they have, or if they even know how to get there, or if they are just giving us guesswork, or possibly they're giving us advice that is not going to correlate with what we want because they don't have what we want. So by going around and asking everyone, or getting all of this free advice through people or through videos or through content, it's not the best way or the quickest way to get us to where we want. Of course, it may help. We may be very lucky. We might come across really good content that resonates with us. We might come across really great people who resonate with us, who want what we have. We may have seen videos of someone who looks like they're living their best life. So we ask them tips on how to create a lifestyle that we want to live. We may see someone who is working as a nurse. We want to become a nurse, so we may ask them on tips on how they became a nurse. Or we may see someone who has a lot of friends and we can ask them tips on how do I create more friends in my life. But if we are asking people in our lives who do not have these things that we want, well then it's not really helping us, or it's not really getting us to where we want to go to. If anything, it's just causing more confusion for us, more chaos, with more opinions, and it may become so overwhelming that we start to self-validate that this is just not for us. So the main message that I want to spread in this video is to stop looking for advice from people who don't have what you want. If you look at my life and see that, oh, Sarah has traveled for 4 years, Sarah has gone through many different types of relationships with men, Sarah has really started to build more confidence in her life. Sarah is now showing up and making daily videos on YouTube. Sarah is now a content creator on LinkedIn and on other platforms. Sarah is now working online as a coach. Sarah has worked in a bar, or Sarah's worked as a personal trainer. And if you want any of those things, then of course, ask me for advice. But if you don't want any of those things, and instead, if you want to attract something totally different into your life, of course I can give you tips on how to get focused on that, but I can't really give you the best advice for how you can go about becoming a doctor, or for how you can go about navigating the different kind of relationship that I don't have experience with, or how you can go. It's like asking your friend. It's like being in a relationship and asking the advice of your friends who struggle with their relationships and they do not model a relationship that you want. Yeah, you're asking them advice for what you should do in your relationship. It just doesn't make sense when we logically think about it. And I think the power of asking the people who have what we want for the advice is just way more powerful than asking the people who don't. I feel like it's almost better just not to ask anyone at all than to ask the people for advice who don't have what we have.